Uber versus Lyft 2025. Which is a better platform to drive for? What do you think?
Hi, how are you?
Honestly, kind of in a rush. Okay, let's go.
Can you put your seatbelt on, please?
I'd like to just go. I have to make an appointment and I have like 10 minutes to get there. And
You gotta, safety first. I have all the rules here.
What?
So you have to put your seatbelt on.
All right, well, your seatbelts don't really work.
Well, they do work if you're gentle, so.
So it's 12:50 right now. I have 10 minutes to get there and we have about 14 miles on there, so.
Yeah, it says it's gonna take 25 minutes, so.
Yeah.
It's your fault. You didn't order it like on time.
I actually did order it on time. Can you
Welcome to the deep dive on a question that's, from what I understand, has been on the minds of countless gig workers across the country.
But I mean, you still need booster seats with them. Are you telling me you're not even coming with them?
No, I mean, look what I'm dealing with. I need a break here.
So with evolving technologies, shifting market dynamics, and a lot of new company strategies that these companies are implementing, the landscape of rideshare driving, honestly, has never been more competitive. So in this comprehensive guide, what we're going to go over in this video, we're going to analyze every major factor affecting your experience if you choose to be a driver for one of these companies, and ultimately help you make the most informed decision. Uber or Lyft? So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into the following categories. First category is going to be pay and earnings, potential bonuses and incentives, ride volume and demand app usability, driver transparency, flexibility, and, believe it or not, additional earning opportunities. And then just give you the final verdict strategy for drivers. So let's get started in this. So for pay and earnings, when evaluating Uber and Lyft, the most important factor for many drivers, simple, and it would be for me, how much money can I make? Am I right? Most of the United States has transitioned to what's called upfront pricing, where drivers are shown an estimated fare before they can actually accept a ride. And what this model does, it accounts for factors such as time, distance, demand, and even route complexity. However, some regions are still using the traditional rate cards, which are based on time and distance. So here's what makes this particular thing tricky. So even in the same city, Uber and Lyft may offer different rate cards, right? So while both platforms look similar at first glance, the payout can vary considerably. Keep this in mind. So now comparing the average pay. Based on data from 2024 and into 2025, Uber holds a significant advantage in regards to earnings per ride. Uber's drivers reporting earning anywhere from $1.10 per mile on average, which is actually pretty good. Now, Lyft drivers tend to fall in the $1 to $1.15 mile range. So after hearing that, the difference may seem kind of minor per trip, but it does add up quickly when you're factoring in hundreds of rides. So factoring in both the pay per mile and the pay per minute rates, Uber, believe it or not, consistently outperforms Lyft in terms of total take-home pay in most markets. So conclusion in regards to this category, Uber is going to be the winner. Bonuses and incentives. So bonuses and promotions can significantly boost your earnings, especially during those peak times for driving. Their incentive programs include Quest bonuses. You can earn extra money for completing a certain number of trips in a set period of time. Surge pricing, higher rates in busy areas. Boost zones, fixed higher payouts for operating in specific regions or areas. Uber bonuses are more frequent, but often less generous in recent years. In many cities, drivers have noticed a reduction in a lot of the high-value surge pricing, especially in areas that have a lot of drivers. So Lyft, in contrast, has been aggressively revamping its bonus system because what they're trying to do is they're trying to attract and retain drivers. So Lyft has what's called street bonuses for completing rides back-to-back during peak periods. You notice a theme here with the peak periods. See, ride challenges that offer sizable bonuses for hitting those trip goals. Scheduled bonuses that show drivers exactly what they'll earn in advance. See, many drivers report that Lyft's ride challenges are more transparent and attainable. You can actually reach it, making them more effective at boosting weekly earnings. So in conclusion, on this category, Lyft is going to be the winner. Next category is ride volume and demand. So you could be driving for the most lucrative platform, but if you're not getting ride requests, it doesn't even matter. Demand is crucial, so you want to be in an area with a high demand. Uber dominates in ride volume. When it comes to sheer volume, Uber is clearly the winner. For one, it's the more recognizable brand. Riders typically default more to Uber than they do Lyft. In most urban markets, Uber gets 3 to 4 times more ride requests than Lyft does. So Lyft has a smaller market share compared to Uber. And while Lyft has made some great gains in that market share, it still trails behind Uber. Drivers in secondary markets like suburban areas report significantly fewer requests per hour on Lyft. So price-conscious riders, like most of us are, occasionally will choose Lyft if it's cheaper. But this kind of behavior is inconsistent. It's also unpredictable. So conclusion, on demand, Uber is going to be your winner. Next category is going to be app usability and driver transparency. So as you all know, a well-designed app can make your job easier and even more profitable. So how do Uber and Lyft individually stack up? So Uber's app has improved significantly over the years. It has features such as Trip Radar for previewing available trips. Also has in-app navigation and real-time traffic alerts, which is very convenient. Earning trackings and daily summaries. However, Uber often hides certain data until after the trip is accepted. The actual payout can differ slightly from the estimate. Now, Lyft actually offers more transparency. Lyft's app has gone in the opposite direction, more transparency and control, which I think a lot of drivers like. Some of their recent additions include estimated earnings per hour or mile, demand heat maps with real-time updates, which is a really nice feature. Also, wait time predictions for different specific areas. Drivers often feel more confident in their decision-making when using the Lyft app due to the clarity provided, whether or not you want to take this job or whether or not you don't want to take this job. So conclusion, as far as app transparency, Lyft is a clear winner. Next category is going to be flexibility and additional earning opportunities, which is always good, right? So one of the biggest differences between Uber and Lyft is what else they let you do besides giving rides. So Uber has expanded its offerings beyond rideshare. So through the same app, drivers can earn money, and I think we've all heard of this, Uber Eats, where you do food delivery, Uber Connect, where you do package delivery, Uber Direct and grocery, retail and grocery delivery. They've really expanded. So what this means, if rides are slow, giving rides to people slows down, drivers can seamlessly just switch to delivering food or packages. It's a huge advantage, especially during like those off-peak hours or like those lulls that occur seasonally from time to time. So Lyft, on the other hand, is still almost entirely focused on rideshare. They've made some partnerships for bike and scooter rentals, but these don't really benefit the drivers. So with Lyft, if there's no ride requests coming in, there's simply nothing else you can do to earn money on that app. So in conclusion, as far as flexibility, Uber is the clear winner. The next category is company reputation and driver support. Driver support is huge. So your experience as a driver also depends on how well the company treats you, right? Uber's reputation has had a checkered past. I've known plenty of people that have told me horror stories.
So therefore you can go a little bit faster. There's no one going to be in your way.
No, that's not how it works. I'm not speeding at all.
Okay, can you just go? Like, isn't this your job to drive?
Many drivers feel sometimes that Uber is too reliant on automated systems for handling issues. So with that said, Uber has made strides, a lot of strides, to improve the communication, offering in-app chat and a more responsive help center.
They changed it back in 2017. You know why I know that?
Why you do it?
Because I'm a police officer. They changed that law. It's illegal for you to video record and audio record me right now without my consent.
But I don't need your consent.
Lyft's reputation tends to receive higher marks for customer service and driver support. Many of their drivers report faster response time, more personalized help, less frustration when disputing fares or reporting problems. You see, while both companies still have room to improve, Lyft is generally perceived as the more driver-friendly of the two. So with that being said, the conclusion on this one, Lyft is going to be the winner. Final verdict. So which platform should you drive for in 2025? So after evaluating all the major categories that we just went through here, this is how the final score breaks down. So the overall winner obviously is going to be Uber. And although Lyft edges out Uber in a few other key categories, particularly when it comes to bonuses and transparency, Uber remains the stronger all-around platform thanks to its higher demand and more earning opportunities and slightly better pay. What I would do if I were you, drive for both platforms if you really want to maximize your earnings. The smartest strategy is simple. Sign up for both Uber and Lyft. At least that's what I would do. And here's why. If one platform is slow, switch to the other. Some bonuses only apply if you drive on both. Probably didn't know that, did you? You increase your chances of staying consistently busy. Uber Eats and other similar gigs are great for filling in the downtime. But many successful drivers run both apps on their phone simultaneously, using one phone or dual device setups to monitor ride opportunities in real time, which is actually pretty creative. It's more work, but it's also more profit. So my final thoughts on driving for Uber or Lyft in 2025 are these. It's not a one-size-fits-all experience. Your earnings and satisfaction are going to depend on your market, driving style, your goals, and the strategy. So with that being said, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of each platform is the first step in making smarter decisions behind the wheel. Bottom line, whether you choose Uber or Lyft or both, equip yourself with the right information, stay adaptable, and most importantly, drive smart.